I like to quote Dr. Andrew Weil. He's known as a health guru, and he's been a proponent of breath for actually a number of decades. And he says that if he could limit his advice, he says, if I could limit my advice on healthier living to one tip, it would be learn how to breathe correctly. And what I would say is 2 words, and they rhyme, so they're easy to remember. And that is breathe low and slow. Those changes, because normally we're breathing high up in our upper chest, and we're either holding the breath or we're breathing very shallowly. And it is if we can get that breath that's up in our upper chest down into our belly and learn to expand the breath on the inhalation and then contract on the exhalation so that it goes out, the belly goes out, and the belly comes back in as you contract. So what that does, and Dr. Rosa can explain this so beautifully, is that the brain changes the breath, but our breath, our conscious breath, can change the brain. So when we're breathing low and slow, it tells the brain that we're safe. And it moves us from sympathetic dominance, which is fight or flight, and it moves us into rest or digest, parasympathetic dominance. We have most control over our exhale than our inhale. So what I would suggest to people, something you can do right now, is to just notice what is the natural length of your inhalation. And then consciously make your exhalation twice as long. So that if your inhale is, say, to a count of 2, then you exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just allow the next inhalation to be a relaxed expansion of the belly, and then the exhalation, a conscious contraction inward, twice as long. Now, you always want to stay comfortable with this. So what I find happens to people so quickly, and they're usually so delighted about this, is that you can increase your counts so quickly and easily. So pretty soon with that longer exhalation, you find that your inhalation is deeper and longer, more oxygen to the brain, more oxygen to the cells in the body, and then deeper, slower, longer exhalation. And one of the ways that you can do it also is by humming or making a sound on your exhalation, taking in a breath through the nose and then exhaling, however long that you want. And that right away then puts you into a different state that is more calm, more relaxed, more open to making good decisions. You're using your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that we want to utilize the most. If you can start training yourself to just drop in out of your head, down into your body, to feeling the physical movement of your breath, to just watching your breath, know when you're inhaling, know when you're exhaling, feel it as much as you can, because when you're really strongly feeling your breath, you aren't thinking. Your brain gets a little bit of a respite. And we know with neuroplasticity that this begins to create new neural pathways in the brain. Our breath changes our brain. So the more you practice, the easier it will be. When we work with our breath, we work with our hearts. The lungs just naturally, anatomically, they embrace the heart. And so when we consciously bring our awareness to our breath, it is an act of great love. It's an act of self-love and care that is so powerful. It's physical, but it's also energetic. And during this time, there's a lot, people are experiencing a lot of losses and a lot of heartache. And so with the conscious breathing of awareness of the breath and noticing the movement of your breath, is we are strengthening our hearts also, physically and energetically. So I would like to offer that.